All right, fire 'em up!
This film went straight to streaming, and it should have. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. MEANIE is somewhat original, and I say somewhat original because a lot of this film are pieces taken from other films and it's thrown together to make this crime, comedy, caper. It's just a mishmash of other things we've seen in other films, but it's okay. This is actually a really good film, and I couldn't actually think of anything else that was this much fun in the last, I'll say, month or so. Samara Weaving stars as Edith Meanie, a hotshot wheel woman having to go back to work for her old boss in a casino heist in order to save her ex-boyfriend John from being killed because he tends to screw everything up when he touches it. The film is directed by SHAWN Simmonds. This is his directorial debut, and I have to admit he does a pretty good job in a film that is admittedly just a little bit messy, but he does his thing and he actually keeps the film on the rails long enough for you to understand the plot and to get through a pretty bland script overall, if I do say so. And I think for a directorial debut, a script like this is kind of what he needed. Like I said, this is not a original film by any means whatsoever. We've seen pretty much every element in this film one way or another in movies like Go, Ocean's 11, and Ocean's 12. A few of the Guy Ritchie films come to mind, like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, and another film, Gone in 60 Seconds. There's elements from that in this one, but it is enough of a trial for him to run and do his directorial debut. And the characters are actually fulfilling, and you get all the way to the end, and once you get to the end, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of heart in this film, where the story behind where the main character that Samara Weaving plays, Edie, and her old boss, the stories behind them and what keeps them going and why they are attached to the people that they are attached to and why they are actually attached to each other. If you read between the lines, the story that is within that honestly is the heart of the story. It's not the action, it's not the crime, it's not the hijinks that go on amongst all the characters in the film. It is this idea of what keeps us interconnected to people that we know are hurting us in the long run and why we won't let them go. And I think for most people watching the film, that's going to be something that they completely overlook. Even with all these nods and connections to other films, and you can tell that it's thrown together, I still think this is a fresh and fun film that we haven't seen something like this in quite a while. Yes, like I said, it is attached to other films and how things play out, but the way the movie is told, we haven't seen something just this fun. And the fact that they sent it straight to streaming and not into theaters, that was a good idea. This is not a go to theater and then wait to see it on streaming type of film. This is directly straight to streaming. Have some popcorn, sit at your home, and just enjoy a movie on some random day when you're not doing something, when you can actually sit down and watch a film. It went straight to streaming. That's where it belongs. But like I said, still a very fun and just overall fresh film that we haven't seen something similar like this in quite a while. To me, it was a 7.5. I know a lot of people are going to give it a lower score, but to me, it was just enough fun and it felt just new enough. And we've not seen a character by Samara Weaving, and the fact that this is a directorial debut of SHAWN Simmonds, and then you actually look at the cast. It's actually a pretty fun cast. I'm not going to give it away because you're going to see some faces in it and say, wow, I can't believe he's in it. And they did not advertise it. That's the other thing about this film that I didn't understand. I know it was going straight to streaming, but they could have advertised this film maybe a little bit more. I looked it up and they actually have had 3 trailers. The first trailer gives you a bit too much. The other 2 give you almost nothing. So I don't know what trailer anybody saw that would have drawn them to this movie. And I don't think they did enough of a promotional package for people to sit and watch this film. It's actually, like I said, just a lot of fun. It's not going to blow your doors off. But like I said, any random day when you're looking for something to watch, it's right there on Hulu. I suggest you watch it. You'll enjoy it. So those are my thoughts on EENIE, MEANIE. You let me know what you thought of it, if you've seen it, or if you've seen it at all, or even if you even heard about it. And get down in the comments and tell me what was your favorite crime caper, because that's pretty much what this movie is. It's just a crime caper with a handful of comedy. And I do like the fact that the comedy isn't forced. It's just a bunch of funny moments and a lot of silly things where it's like, yeah, I would kind of react in that way too if something like that actually happened to me, because a few things happened that I did not see coming. But you let me know what you thought about it, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless. I love you, and peace. See you next time.